Andrew did a great job. I'm sure.
I'm sure
Okay,
he has, no doubt.
we're recording.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the Village of Mamaroneck Board of Architectural Review meeting on today is March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. And so good luck to you all. If I should say something, have a green beer, I don't know. Anyway, I've kind of lost my train of thought. We don't have the full board here tonight. There's only 4 of us. One is away, so if you would need 3 of us to approve your application. If you would prefer to wait for the full board, you're certainly welcome to, withdraw without prejudice and, come back when everybody's here. Or, you can take your chances if you prefer. I would, so this is a Zoom meeting. It got, I guess, extended further to continue to do this on Zoom for, I don't know how long, but at least tonight. So appreciate your forbearance with this. It's a little difficult having to share things on screen and all. In order to make it go more smoothly too, I'd ask that any parties to the application please sign on, even if you're not, even if you don't have a speaking part, even if like your architect is presenting or something, but just if you then have comments later that you'd like to make, it saves us from having, you come in at the end and it disrupts everything. And sometimes we don't get you on in time and then, you get to talk and, it just, it's just an accommodation for having to do this on Zoom. And so we'd appreciate it if you could just be prepared to speak, even if you wind up not speaking. If there's people from the community who have comments or questions or wish to speak, please make yourself known by raising your hand or chatting, and we'll try to get you on. I'll try to remember to ask at the end of each application. Sometimes I forget though, but please don't be shy about making yourself known. With that, let me introduce the board members that are present here. There's Andrew Wolowitz.
Hello.
Yvonne Levine and Cindy Lee, and myself, I'm Bill Binzer. And I guess with that, we can get started. The first item on the agenda will be the approval of the meeting minutes from the last meeting on March 1st. I was not here March 1st. Andrew Wolowitz filled in. Thank you for that, Andrew, as the acting chair. So I'll let him handle the getting the minutes approved, if you would.
Okay, sure. So Yvonne and Cindy, have you had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You're
Yep.
okay.
They're fine, yeah.
Okay, so that's an approval from Yvonne. That's a motion from
Motion.
Yvonne, and a second from Cindy, and I'll approve it as well. And that's the 3 of the 4.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Okay. And with that, we'll move on then with continued business from the previous meeting. And I'm going to, again, I'm going to ask, well, the first one is from an earlier one, and I guess that's in February. So we can do that one, and then the other one is from last week. So let's start with that, and then is 1422 Sunnyside.
Okay, Pamela. Nope, didn't take. There we go.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, let me bring it back up on the screen. Okay, so if you remember, during the previous meeting, let me kind of bring up the plans from the previous meeting so we all remember exactly what we're talking about. There was this plan set. The issue that was raised was the two directions of the panels located on the front roof.
Mm.
So after going back and looking at the production, the only change we were able to make was to put all of the panels landscape.
Mhm.
Same quantity, but now more symmetrical and centered to that part of the roof.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that looks quite a bit nicer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I do
Same,
have a
agreed.
question. I don't
Much
think
nicer.
I don't think I kind of quite understand the comment up above here.
Oh, see, this is only part of the array. The comment is actually talking about the entire system, which would be this.
But okay,
Mhm.
it's okay. So
Yeah.
it says landscape, but they're not landscape on the back of the roof, right? That's just
Not on the back.
yeah, it
Only
says
the
landscape in the note.
Oh, yeah, we can fix that.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to be clear that it was that's all it was. Okay.
So overall, you get the same amount of panels, right? I mean, I know
Yes.
located in the back, but overall, it's the same, right? I
The
didn't
same
count them, but
production,
yes.
same quantity, yes.
Great. I
excellent.
mean, I appreciate this so much.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a tweak, it's acceptable. It looks good.
Yeah.
It's everybody's happy, I think.
Yeah.
Echo your point. Yes.
Thank you. And I guess you were able to get the other two panels there on the back, although probably not as good of an orientation. So
No, they're actually on the front. All 16 fit on the front when you switch the direction.
Oh, but is that what you had before? I thought you had 18.
Yeah,
before.
I'll show you what was before.
Oh,
So
they had
before
more.
was 16. However, when you do them portrait style, they're obviously much longer than they are wider. So you're able to get more rows when you flip them all to landscape style.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think there's 18 there, but
Hold on,
that's
2,
okay.
4, 6.
Yeah, yeah.
14.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, there are. So we did move them.
Yeah,
I confused myself.
yeah.
Well,
The good thing is that
we're-
they found,
Anyway,
By
a
fast
good place
counting
for all
here.
of them.
but I think you added two more on the back.
Mhm.
So anyway, I appreciate the accommodation. I think it looks nicer.
Yes.
I hope the homeowner is happy.
Yes.
It'll look neater for him as well.
yes.
And
Yeah.
so thanks for that.
Mhm. Yeah, I think,
Okay.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any further questions or comments on this? We're familiar with the other aspects of it, I think.
Mhm.
none for me.
Okay, anybody from the audience? Anybody else, Barbara?
No hands raised.
Okay, so the homeowner's not there. I just wanted to thank the homeowner for taking the time and coming back and redoing it. I did want to thank them. So our contractor, if you could thank the owner, please.
Yes,
Mhm.
and okay, so motion to
I
motion.
motion.
Okay.
okay, it's a tie. Barbara can sort it out.
Yeah, all right.
Andrew,
I vote yay.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
and me as well. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, now the next one on the agenda is 705 Hall Street. And so since I was not here for the discussion last time, Andrew, maybe could you handle that and lead that discussion, please?
Sure.
Hey, Eva.
So it's a potato.
Hi. Good
Hello.
evening. Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know why my camera is kind of fragile. Yes, I'm going to do my share screen. I'm going to do my sharing screen.
Mhm.
As long as somehow share. Okay. So, where do I start it? It was last week.
Elevations.
Yeah, the elevation here. Is right now we completely fix it. So showing here the roof on
Mhm.
this, and also the dormer is a curvy. So on this side here, this is our the way showing is curvy. And we have a little roof here, as the last time was missing. So we added it. That's all.
Can we see? Right.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
For instance, the elevation, what's called proposed east elevation, where you're looking at it and you should have the wall, the end of the wall that is projecting beyond that plane because you had to recess it in order to comply with the 6-foot setback, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think it's not accurate, but then also the little piece of roof, what is it? And yeah, you're right there, go down with a little, yeah. What is it? I'm just concerned about what it looks like. What is it going to be? What material is it going to be?
Yeah,
The little slope, down, yeah,
realistic
there
here,
you
right?
go. Yep.
Yeah, this
Exactly.
slope is going to be same as a roofing shingle here. It's going to be same materials of what we're using for the roof shingle.
Roof
That's
shingles.
number one. Number two, in terms of this second floor, 6 feet step in, when we are look at the building, this is the front of the building.
Yes.
Okay, this is the second floor for the addition
Yes.
for us to build out.
Yeah.
But when we
Yes, I
build
understand.
it, if we look at the front, if I step in this one, it will look like a little bit weird.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I do understand that. Yeah. No, I'm
So
just
I
saying
have
that
this
your
wall built up,
elevation
but
actually is not
but the
accurate.
inside,
I do understand. Yeah. I'm just saying that it doesn't, your elevation, what is it called? Proposed
Proposed east.
elevation. Yeah, it's
proposed
not
east,
accurate.
proposed rear.
You're not,
Proposed
you're
east
not,
here.
yeah, there's just one line. It's not,
There's no
the whole
roof.
thing is not addressed. Yeah, exactly. Because we look at the aesthetics, we look at the house, the facade, and that's what we are interested in seeing, at least myself.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
then
There's still no roof, right there. I mean, I understand
Right,
what
yeah.
it'll look like, but it's still not drawn right. But
that's right. That's right. So yeah, I do understand what's happening. Those two walls, the front and the back, project beyond the second floor exterior wall. That's what happens. But we just don't see what. Okay, you told us the same. What is the new roof? What's it going to be? What material, Eva?
You mean the second floor?
No, the roofing material.
It's
The
a
new one.
single. It's a single roofing.
Shingles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And what color?
I'll say it's going to be great color. It's very common in the block
Gray.
people using. Yep.
Kind of close to what you had in the
Yeah,
existing
it's
house,
very close
maybe.
to what we have right now.
And okay.
Also the
Okay. Then the other question would be, what is the roof of the dormers? Is that going to be, because since it's rounded, what is the material?
It's a little bit curved on here.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying what is the material?
Which is on landing part here. When
Yeah.
we are building it, I'll using the plywood to make the curb, and
Yes.
using the slide. Let me see. What's that called?
Is it metal or is it
Yeah, it's going to be a metal pieces.
metal?
It's like a
Copper?
plastic metal
Or
compressed wood to showing the curb side.
it's going to be metal. Okay, and what? Okay, so
It's going
do
to
you
be
know metal,
Mhm.
metallic,
metallic in white color.
white,
Mm-hmm.
white color,
Mm-hmm.
metallic?
Yeah.
Wait a second. I still think there's a confusion. Ivana is asking about the roof material, correct, Ivana?
Yes.
The roof treatment of those dormers, what will that be? Will that be tile? Will that be metal? Will that be tar? What will that be?
Oh,
I
you
think we
misunderstand
lost.
her. Yeah, the roof material.
Oh, we lost her.
Yeah, my internet. Okay, I'm coming back, I think.
Yeah, we lost you.
Yeah, the internet was showing disconnect. It's going to be a roof paper, roof single, same materials of what you're using for the roof.
So
Same.
shingles. So it's going to be shingles. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's going to be a shingle.
Okay.
Asphalt? Is it asphalt shingle for all the house? The
Yeah.
other roof? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would be helpful to have the finish schedule for everything. Do
Yeah.
you have that?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, you're saying like photos of the specs or the cut sheets or something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I think it would be nice with every entry if we always had the cut sheets or the photographs of what the
Yes.
actual finish schedule looks like.
mm-hmm.
Well, in fact, if we were live, you're supposed to bring samples.
Right.
Actually, we're not live, so you know.
Yes.
I see. I'm sorry. It was my first time doing this.
Yeah.
I thought it will be you might need the finish of the balconies look. So I was preparing the balcony photo last time. I wasn't prepared for the roof single, but if you don't mind, I will need a little bit time, but I'm afraid I will holding people back.
No.
I can show you my past project because I done a lot of projects.
Sure.
I can show you the past
No.
project, what I did, and I'm sure I'm going to using the same
Yes.
roof finish
Sure.
with that project.
Let's take a look.
So just give me 1 second. Let me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay.
Oh, don't. It's okay.
Yeah, hold
Don't
on.
worry.
I'll show you. I don't know if this. Okay, it's coming now here.
Mhm.
Just give me 1 second. How do I share it? Are you okay? Did you see my screen on the?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought I didn't share it. Sorry. So I'm going to. My ideally is I'm going to do the same thing for this one. So this is the roof.
The
The
same
way to
proof.
finish. And this
Okay.
is the balcony. So I thought it's going to be very. You might need the
Okay.
for the balconies finish. That's why I was preparing for this one.
Mhm.
I wasn't. If I knew next time, I'll be more prepared to have those
So
materials.
Eva, the handrail, I mean the railing,
Mhm.
the guardrails are going to be wood painted white or what
White.
other material?
It's
Yeah.
going to be white. Yep.
Is some composite material or just wood?
Yeah,
or...
it's a compressed materials.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And the color of the home is going to be white, correct? And
Yes.
again, is that
Yes, it's a white stucco.
white stucco, and then your roof will be this same color gray that we're
Yes.
looking at here for the asphalt shingles.
Yes,
Right. Mhm.
Well, what do you mean white? Who said that?
Oh,
She said yes. She
Well,
was responding to what you were
no,
saying.
Yvonne was saying something, it wasn't me.
I'm sorry.
No, they're going to be this color gray, I thought
Yes.
you were saying.
Yeah, this is the color gray of the roofing. That's what I meant.
yeah,
Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah, no, Cindy, we were referring to the guardrail there,
okay, yeah,
you know, the balcony, she said that it will look like what
Yeah.
we're looking at
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, it's going to
right?
be
Yeah,
white.
yeah. Uh-huh, yeah. Okay,
别这样子好不好？你这样
And
子
you'll have your windows will be framed out in white.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't have any further questions myself.
I don't either.
Will, Bill, or Cindy, are you okay? Do you have any questions?
Mm-mm, no,
No.
Okay. So you want to move on to the public?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess I'm taking over this. So right now, Barbara, is there anyone in the public that would like to make a comments? I can't hear you,
you're
Barbara.
on mute, you're on mute.
No, the answer is no. Okay.
No,
Okay, Cindy, would you like to make a motion?
I make a motion.
And Yvonne?
I second.
Okay, so Bill, do you vote?
I guess I do, since I'm here for this. So yes, I'm fine with
Yeah,
it.
you're here. You're agreeing with it. And Cindy?
Yeah,
Okay, and Yvonne?
Yeah,
Okay, and I approve too. Okay, so it's approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
All right.
Jefferson.
All right, so now we'll go on to new items. So first up is 901 Jefferson Avenue.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Mm.
All right, let me just share my screen here. Can you see my screen?
Just
Not
you.
yet.
No,
Now we see it.
Okay. I'm just trying to get this down here. So this is on the way. Okay, so we're just proposing 28 solar panels at 901 Jefferson Avenue for David Garcia. I was a little confused because on the agenda it said we're proposing 15 panels, so I'm not sure if something got
Yes.
fixed there.
I was confused too.
But yeah, so we were gonna have 25 panels on the front of the house and 3 in the back here. Let me just see. This is just a picture of what the front of the house looks like. Roof's
Mhm.
kind of flat, so it's not like it's gonna be crazy visible to the street. Then
Mhm.
the inverter box will be on the right side of the house here. If you can see my cursor.
Mhm. Yes.
And then this is just another design shot of it, just showing the fire access and just our ground access points to the roof.
Mhm.
And then I just wanted to show you, this is the panel that's going to be going on the roof.
Mhm.
But other
Okay.
than that, I don't really have too much more,
Yeah,
but
pretty straightforward. I had just one question, which is not even, which is just a question of curiosity, really. But I'm curious why you put 3 panels on the back as opposed to say 4. Is it just you already hit the limit of what you needed, or?
yeah, it's just a usage thing. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they're not gonna, if they don't need it, they're not gonna put it there.
I see. Okay.
Mhm.
Basically, however much power they're using per year. So,
Well, I
Okay.
do like the layout, the front,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's a nice rectangle,
Mhm.
clean
Yeah.
layout, and also, yeah, like you say, the slope is not that
Yeah. Hardly visible.
much. So yeah, so
It
I
is-
appreciate that.
It's true, when you have a roof that looks like that, I've seen that.
Yeah.
You really don't see it. You just see a little lip
Yeah.
kind of raising up. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
yeah.
That's good.
All right. Anybody else have any questions or comments about it?
Are there any neighbors?
if you can still see my screen, right?
Yep.
Yep, just this guy here.
No, I meant calling in.
No,
I'm
no, we
sorry.
meant, are there any neighbors who want to comment?
Oh, sorry.
We know,
We
like
saw
neighbor-
your pictures, right?
Oh,
the guy
okay.
the guy across the street with a 3-story house, for example, who, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just kidding about the 3-story houses. All right,
No
anyway,
hands raised.
okay, very good.
I'll make a motion.
Very good. Second,
I second.
okay. Let's see, Cindy,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
and I'm fine as well. Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, then I guess 146 Highview Street is next.
Mhm.
Hello?
Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
And we can
Okay,
see you.
hi. I'm Janice Ong, and I'm here on behalf of the owner who wants to create a open plan kitchen with some additional windows on the east side of her property. I'll show you the building. The east side of her home has a very long view. And is my picture up?
Not yet.
No,
Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Yes.
now it is.
Okay, good.
Okay.
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 So yeah, this is the front of the building. And we're going to be adding windows on the back elevation, which faces east and has a very long view. So the owner wanted to take advantage of her view. So we created an open plan across the back of the building, her kitchen and dining room, and this is the east elevation. So let's see. Now hold on a second. So the windows are going to be added right along here. Hold on one moment, please. I want to get rid of this line. Can you see the picture?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
picture.
Yes.
Okay.
The line is okay. We get it.
I don't know why that orange line is here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. Okay, so right here,
fine.
we're adding the additional windows in the dining part of the open plan. And right along here will be added windows above her kitchen counter. This window here is getting removed, sliders removed. This, where this window is, will be the new door to the deck. Then we're adding windows in her master bedroom up here. We're removing this window and that window stays. So, all right, let me just show you the neighbors in the back. You'll get a view of the Yeah, let me go to 3. This is the neighbor to the north. This is her deck. That's the owner's deck. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that's the building to the north. Here's the owner's deck. And then this is the neighbor to the south. So are you interested in seeing the floor plan where how the windows on the east wall?
Well, I think it would be good to see
Okay.
an elevation of the east.
The elevation. There's one elevation
Oh,
in
yes,
your
yes,
plans.
yes, we have that. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot to
and-
pull that up.
I
Yes,
mean,
here's the elevation. Okay. This
Yeah.
is the proposed elevation.
Mhm.
And right here is the dining window. It's going to be a picture window with flankers, they're casements, and the same pattern up in the master bedroom. And the same pattern, you know, the picture window with the 2 flankers. She liked that. It's on the front of her house too, in her living room. So there's the deck with the egress door over to the deck, and this is the east elevation. So going along to the
And there's no changes to the deck itself, right?
no changes at all.
All right.
And the siding's all the same?
Yes, the siding is all the same.
Okay, just gonna
So
patch.
do you want to see the floor plan? Are you interested in the floor plan?
I mean, the floor plan was in your application. I've already
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, and
We've
I've
seen it.
reviewed it.
I think that's
Yeah.
probably good enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, that's the big change to this house because she wanted to take advantage of her beautiful long view. And
Right.
there are, I
Mhm.
wanted to mention, there are
Mhm.
no neighbors in the back.
Right.
She
Ah,
looks
okay.
across the throughway.
Yeah, people speeding by on the thruway will see it maybe.
Well, I don't think they.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Well,
So
it
that's
seems
it.
pretty simple, straightforward. Anybody have any questions or comments
Yeah. Nope.
No.
from the audience, neighbors, I think? Barbara?
No hands raised.
Okay. Somebody said, thank you,
Bye-bye.
Jane, you're a rock star. Perhaps
Yeah.
that's your,
Uh-huh.
your owner.
Oh, that's her neighbor.
I saw
You
the
should-
comment.
We,
Yeah.
we haven't approved it yet, though. She should hold her fire. Okay. Can I get
Okay.
a motion to vote then?
I motion.
Yes. Okay,
Okay. Let's see, Andrew,
yeah. I
Yvonne,
vote yes.
Yes.
Cindy,
Yeah.
I'm good as well. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Jen.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye-bye.
All the rock stars are in Austin right now.
Okay.
That's where my son is.
Oh,
My
nice.
son was just performing in Austin last night, so.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Why
Oh.
aren't you there?
Keep it
Well,
weird.
it's too complicated. It's too complicated.
Okay,
Okay.
next up, let's see, it's 217 Florence Street. Oh, you're, the owner like you to know, Andrew, that her best friends are also performing at South by Southwest, so.
Oh, okay, very good.
Oh, that's funny.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi.
So,
We are looking to change the deck that we have on our house.
Mhm.
I'll start
Yeah.
by showing you the site survey.
Mhm.
If you can see my cursor, so we are on
Yes.
Florence Street. So the house is over here, and then in the back, we have the deck over here. I can show you a couple pictures of what it looks like right now.
Mhm.
So this is the deck just coming out of the house. This is from the patio.
mhm.
There are 2 sets of stairs. That's the first set, and that's the second set.
Mhm.
So what we are looking to do is here, if you will let me know, please, if you're seeing what I'm sharing. Are you seeing the architecture drawing?
No, I see, we see
No,
the
the
Not
stair-
yet.
photo of the stair
Here we
coming
go.
out of off the deck.
Yep. So let me just click into this. Sorry, I haven't used Zoom in a little while since I
Okay.
taught with it.
Now we see the plans.
Yeah. Do you need me to zoom in?
I guess that would help.
That's good.
So you're removing the existing deck, correct? You're
Correct.
building a new one.
Correct. So
Yeah,
if you
everything, new foundations, everything. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
got you.
foundations, yep. We're going to keep the frame, the actual frame of the deck is still solid and within, but the actual posts will get re-cemented.
Yeah.
So the dotted lines that you see are where the existing deck is, and
Right.
here is what we're looking to do. So we're actually looking to shorten the deck and make it a little bit smaller, in fact, and tuck the staircases within the structure of the deck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a second page here, if you are okay with me flipping to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Can you, oh, sorry. Can you guys see this new page now with, perfect.
Yes.
I can zoom in a little bit if that helps.
Mhm.
Yes.
Nice.
So is it, what color is it going to be?
It's going to be gray.
Gray?
Yeah, like a light gray. The
Uh-huh,
railings as
okay.
well.
Okay. Right. And the post, everything,
Yeah.
gray? Okay.
I don't know if you need to see this information down here, but this has to do with the actual posts that will be in the 4 feet of cement or 3.6 feet of cement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there
Okay.
anything else you need to see?
No, what color is the house? I'm sorry. I
Yep.
think you showed
Sort of
something.
red.
But,
It's a red
it's
color.
the red.
Yeah.
It's red. Okay. Red, and it's going to go with gray, kind of sort of working with the roof.
Yeah.
Right?
If here, let me show you quickly. Maybe this will help. So this is the picture that I took to take the picture with the sign that we have in front. But this gives you an idea of the color of the house. The roof is gray, and we'll make the deck that similar kind of light gray.
Gray. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's nice.
It seems fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
No.
Audience?
No hands raised.
Very good. Motion?
And motion?
I'll second.
Okay. Cindy,
Yes.
Iman,
Yes.
and Andrew.
Yes.
Me too. I'm good. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good night. Thanks. Bye. Okay, 1512 Urban Street.
Okay. And go to share screen here. I'm gonna try. Oop, that was that.
That's a rude noise.
Hmm.
Do you see the pictures?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, okay. This is the house across the street. It's across the street to the right. This is the house to the left of the project. That's the house to the right. And this is the left side where we're adding the second floor above the existing one-story structure here.
Mhm.
And that's the front of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see now, I'm gonna get to the other one. Okay, let's see. So what we're adding is basically a
Stephen,
master.
if you could maybe zoom in a little, it's
Oh,
kind of
sure.
tiny here on my. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so we're adding a master bedroom, walk-in closet, and a master bath. We're also reworking the existing bath because right now it's under, a pitched roof and it's very tight in there. We're also on the first floor. The only thing we're changing here is we're putting in this bay window where there's a bunch of high windows there presently. So from the front, this is the second floor section that we're adding.
Yeah.
We're also adding a little shed roof over the garage door here.
Mhm.
This is the second floor extension. This is the new bay window we're putting in. And on the back side, again, this is the second floor addition here. And we're adding also a shed roof over the back doors.
Mhm.
The siding is going to match existing. And the same with the roof. So black roof now will match that. And that's basically it, I think.
Okay.
That's the front.
So all the window details are going to match the original details or the current details, current windows?
Correct. Yep, same style.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the same pitch on the roof on the extension to match.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a question that's just a very quick, not a part of aesthetics? Why are you keeping that? I was so confused about the plans that you're actually leaving in the pitched roof in the construction. Is there a reason why you're doing it?
I know. The notes, yeah, I noticed that thing. You're saying.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're.
It's a comment. If you go back to the plan.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
we were all
noticed that
confused
too.
by it. Keep going, the roof plan, I think. Keep going. I think it's the roof plan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where.
The
Which
second floor plan, the second floor plan. Maybe.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, no. The
No.
one from the.
That's a different one.
Well, maybe the first floor.
Okay, hold on a second.
Floor.
I know what you mean. The site here, no.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Now over
there you
here
go.
on the right hand drawing, it says a comment that I think
Second roof to
none of
the
us
right,
none of us could figure out, but I think didn't seem to matter.
Oh, about the roof remaining?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the floor levels above that roof is so shallow. And the garage in that back room is stepped down from the first floor of the existing house.
So it's actually staying? Is that what you're saying? There will be a.
Yeah, because the floor is gonna go over the top of that. We don't have to rip it off. This way we don't affect anything inside on the first floor, on the lower level.
Okay, so you're just literally going to build on top of it.
Yes, because the floor level's higher than the roof.
I see.
Huh.
But aren't
Look
the-
over here, you got like 3-4 steps down to this level.
But aren't the roof rafters sitting on top of the header of the exterior wall?
On which side, this side?
Yeah, in other words, that roof pitches down to that header, right?
Right, well, we have to raise this wall to match the floor height for the joist to hit.
So he's saying what holds up that end of the rafter, I guess, is what you're asking, Andrew?
Let me see if I could, see if
Yeah,
this shows
I'm
me.
just, I mean, I saw that section there. You have that section right
Right.
there.
Okay.
Right, we have to extend
Yeah,
this wall
okay.
and then ledger onto
Okay.
that existing wall of the house to get
Mhm,
the floor on.
mhm. So you're just gonna come up in between each of those rafters, roof rafters.
Yeah, well, we got to cut the overhang off. And then we'll just strip the sheathing at the wall section there back,
Mhm.
so we could drop down to the wall.
It's interesting. And how come you're not removing it? Just save money?
Yeah, basically, and this way, less effect on the ceiling of the rooms below it.
Mhm. All right, it's interesting.
Yeah.
but- Okay,
Yeah, it must have, I would have thought you would have.
it's a
wanted to
construction
go
issue. It's not
Yeah.
really-
Higher ceiling, just nicer, but anyway.
Right.
thank you.
I know.
That's
But
not our thing.
downstairs, yeah.
Not our
What, the
thing. Okay,
garage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
it was just very interesting look. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh,
Okay,
I have no questions, no further questions.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay too.
Okay, anybody in the audience?
No public.
Okay. And motions then?
Motion.
And I'll second.
Okay, Yvonne,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
and I'm fine too. Okay. Very good. All right,
Thank you.
thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
See if I can get out of
Thank
here
you.
now.
You too.
You too.
I still don't fully get the construction of that, but it's all right.
Yeah. All right, so 1540 Raleigh Road, I see that Jonathan looks like he's aware that he's not.
Yes. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
How you doing? I'm just going to share my screen. Just 1 second. So, okay. My name is Jonathan Villani. I represent Nanjiani Villani Design Consultants, representing the clients at 1540 Raleigh Road, Amaru residence. Just as a frame of reference, this is the existing house. We're putting an addition on this home, and we're going to be matching all the materials. So the vinyl siding will continue, the asphalt shingles will continue, and the trim will stay white. We are putting new windows in. So I just want to give this as a form of reference as far as material selection.
And all the addition is off to the right on
Right,
that.
yeah, and yeah, I'm going to pull up the drawings now. If you could just bear with me 1 second. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm pulling up. Okay. All right. So this is the proposed site plan. Everybody can see that?
Yep.
Mhm. Yes.
So the two-story addition is off to the right, further away from Amerenik Avenue, more towards the neighboring property, but well within the setbacks, no variance needed, necessary. It's a two-story addition, remodeling the kitchen on the first floor, adding a mudroom. I'll go to the floor plans so you can see that. So that's the existing floor plan on the on top of the screen. Proposed on the bottom, they're adding a half bath, new kitchen, mudroom and laundry room on the first floor. On the second floor, they're creating a master bedroom and a walk-in closet. We're adding a roof, but it's just extension of the existing. So as you can see, we're also dressing it up a little bit as far as the front entry is concerned. So we're extending to the right, creating sort of a covered portico. And also over the existing landing that's there, and also extending a roof structure on the right side of the house. It's going to be held up by brackets to create a side entrance to the mudroom. So that's the front elevation.
It took me a little while to figure that out, but
Yeah.
but I guess the side thing ends at the house, and then the thing that makes it look like it sticks out more is actually
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's
portico
the front.
door.
That's the front entry from the
Yeah.
side. Yeah, it should be faded.
Had
a
me
little.
had me confused for a
Faded,
while.
yeah. Yes.
That and the fact that you have two front elevations, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We changed the pitch of the roof
Yeah.
on the extension just
yeah.
to create some sort of some sort of texture on the front of the house, not creating the same ridge line all the way across. Creates a more of aesthetic appeal on the front, but and doesn't really, it's not seen on the right. So we changed the pitch to create that jump down. Little jump
Yeah,
down
there
from
will
the
be a
roof.
line. There will
Yeah.
be a line over there,
Yeah.
right? In the front, which you
Right.
didn't
No.
show.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
A vertical.
Yeah, there'd be a
Yes.
line, a vertical line.
Yes. Yeah, there, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vertical. Oh, just pull that line down. Yeah, because of the break in the roof. Correct.
Yes.
And then the
It's covered by shingles, Yvonne. And
and the
here's
line in the-
front, here's the other front elevation.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, right. That also has another line missing.
So that's the graphically, but we could change that now if I want.
You need a line.
The rear elevation just has an entry to the backyard. No major changes except for just two windows and a door on the backhand side.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for
Yep.
listening.
I think I would just
Mhm.
point out, people may have seen this, but most, this is not even very visible from the street. There's a row of arbor vitae or something, a block screening the whole thing.
Yeah. I could bring, you want me to bring up the photo again? I could do that if you want.
Well, I think,
Uh,
I don't know if people are familiar with it or not. I just thought I'd point that out as
yeah.
an extra.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions or comments?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Audience,
not from me.
audience, Barbara?
No audience.
Okay, and then motions, I guess.
Motion.
Okay. Yvonne seconded it.
Okay.
I vote aye.
I second.
Okay, Andrew's voted aye already. Yvonne, you want to vote aye?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I.
Aye, aye. We, yes. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, all good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Have a good
All right.
evening.
Thank
you.
you.
very good. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. And then 1631 Winfield Avenue. It's funny, I looked at this on the agenda and said, oh, she meant raise the house, like to tear it down and build a new house, which they're doing, but actually it also means to raise the house higher. So it's both kinds of raising.
We have a lot of
Yeah.
second floor additions today.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
We
Yes.
can?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to introduce this.
We don't
This is
see
one.
you.
Yeah, we don't
No?
see, we only see, your name and, we don't
Yeah,
see
there's
the
no video.
drawings or a picture of you or anything other than your name and,
You don't see the screen?
no, all I see is the word Richard in caps.
Well, I selected the share screen.
Is it enabled, Barbara?
Yeah,
But we don't, we never saw,
Oh, no.
okay, now we're
There you
going.
go. You did it. All right.
all right, so now let's see if you get the screen.
You do.
You
It
see
has
that?
something about
There
local.
you are. Yep,
Okay, you just don't see me.
right.
No.
We don't see, that's fine. We see the screen though now.
Okay,
Mhm.
this is one of the houses that was flooded at the end of Winfield.
Hmm.
And these people had to move out completely, and they're paying rent to stay in a place until we can get them back in the house. It's really quite a hardship, and it's quite a nightmare for these families. So we've really been racing to get this set up, approved in the building department, and planning board, everything else, and the Board of Architectural Review, so we can get to work on rebuilding the house. First of all, do you have any questions from the application that you reviewed so far?
So what we're looking at, the house in the center, the White House with the two little
This is-
windows in
no,
front,
This is
right?
none of these, no,
No?
these are the photos, right? This is,
It's
What
the
is,
yellow
what
house.
are, what are we looking at here in this
Yeah.
photo?
Which house is it, I guess? You could
This is
point
the
with your
house.
cursor.
this is
The
this is a
cursor, yeah.
house. to
The yellow house, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The
This is the
yellow and
house-
brick house with the motorcycle
Motorcycle?
or whatever the blue thing is.
It's a
Oh,
tarp.
yeah.
What is it?
It's a tarp on dirt.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, okay, the tarp on
Okay,
dirt. That's the
so-
motorcycle.
So the house is the closest to the left?
Right, this is the closest to the right. This is towards Mamaroneck. This is south of their house.
Yeah, I'm saying which house
Which house is it?
This is not their house.
Okay.
These are the group of photos that I sent to you.
Okay, we're looking at the screen and we're thinking that
Oh,
one of
okay.
these houses is being replaced with your proposed house.
I
true?
understand. Okay, I thought you were looking at the photos that we sent.
Well,
Okay.
We can
sir,
only see what you're sharing on
The
the screen.
screen.
right, we're looking at what you share it with us.
Okay,
Yeah.
So why don't you show us the house
Show us
that's
a
going to be your
picture of
place?
the existing house.
There you go.
There
okay.
you go. All right.
that's the existing house now. It's, when I took the picture, it was raised already up in the air. You see the
Huh.
new foundation being built.
Mhm.
And just as of the day before yesterday, it's been lowered.
Huh?
And the photo you saw
Okay.
before was
Yeah.
this house here to the
Okay.
right of it.
Okay.
Mhm.
This house to the left was also one of the flooded houses. We're also working on that. So now you see that house is about 10 feet up in the air right now,
Mhm.
elevated. Across the
Uh-huh.
street is the waterworks.
Mhm.
So let's get that photo up.
So I'm confused. So you've already started building it.
Mhm.
We got a foundation permit and we raised the house. Yes.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
the way that we approach this, the building department gave us a foundation permit, gave us a permit to raise the house while we were preparing the drawings for the rest of the design.
Okay, so then the part that we see here that's shingled, you're going to remove then, is that right?
Say that again?
You've raised the house.
Yes.
I guess I'm just a little trying to understand the scope. So you've raised the foundation. So this foundation is the lower part that has the garage and everything. And then this
Right, that's
upper
gonna-
part here is different than what you're proposing, right? Are you tearing that off and adding something instead of it, or are you
Siding?
renovating it, or I'm a little-
Yes, the
All right, can I
siding-
just suggest something? That I think we should all stop asking questions, sir. If you could just do like a full presentation, because it's
Yeah.
all getting very choppy now.
Okay, so let's look at the rest of these surrounding area houses. Okay, that's the back of the house. That's the looking directly front view of that.
Mhm.
The waterworks across the street.
Mhm.
That's a direct view of the house to the south towards Mamaroneck, up the street from them. And that's looking down the street of all these houses to give you an idea what the surrounding area is like.
Mhm.
Now, the proposal that we gave to you originally this was the floor plan of this. Here was the front 3D view. And here you see the second floor addition on top of the first. You can sort of see the roof line of the original house. Can't really see the cursor too well in this.
We see the cursor, but you're moving it around very quickly. So if you could just be more specific about what roof you're talking about.
So this white roof down on the above the first floor. Actually, let's start from the bottom. The bottom level where you have the garage and the car, that's the flood area way level.
Mhm.
Above that is the first floor. And that sloping roof, the single sloping roof, that's above the first floor. And then above that, you have the second floor. It's half of the width of the first floor. And it's got pretty much the same original sloping roof. However, what I want to tell you is that due to financial situation and the economy, the owner wants to change this and eliminate the second floor addition. They just want to lower the existing house, renovate it slightly, put a addition on the back. I'll show that to you. And this is how it would look.
What view are we looking at here?
This is the back. I'm going to show you the front in a
The
minute.
back, okay.
So this structure will no longer be relevant, the rendering there, the.
When you're looking at now, when
Mhm.
you're looking at now is relevant.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Well,
basically
something
the
completely
same.
different.
What?
It's
Well,
quite
it's
different.
basically the same. It's very similar to the existing. That's the main thing.
All right, so that's
I
the
know you
front.
see these people walking around, they weren't invited. They just show up and they start walking around. It's very amusing. So that gives you an idea what this would look like. This here is the same existing roof.
Right, so that's the gray shingled part we saw before.
That's right. And the only thing that's different here from the existing is that we have this additional roof area over the garage, and we have these new steps to get up to the higher elevation
Okay.
in the front. All the windows are being replaced. There's a few ones being added, but basically it's the same thing, same window openings. And now let's go around the side and the back. So the existing deck is being replaced and extended to the left-hand end. This, because we eliminated the second floor, one of the major weaknesses of the existing house was that the dining room and the living room were just squashed together and both were too small. So to help with that, I just added the dining room out onto this deck. However, there's one problem here, which we ran into at the beginning, is that we are offsetting this. You can see this here. It's set back from this existing wall because the existing wall is in a is non-conforming. So we don't want to build and increase the extent of non-conformance. So we're setting that wall back 1.5 feet. So it's back to current setback line.
Yeah, it just looks flush here in this rendering though.
This what?
It looks like it's in the same plane though as the
No, it
first floor.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It's
Oh, there's that dark
No?
line. where-
Yeah, I know why, because of the lighting, that's all.
Yeah, I can read it.
It's set
Oh,
back.
really? I don't see it. Okay.
Let's go close.
No, you mean, oh, okay, got you. Yeah. Of course, now we're talking about, this is the existing, yep.
Right
That's
there.
the new.
The gable. Okay, yeah, got it. Got you. Yep.
Can I ask a question about that view you're looking at?
Yes,
The deck seems to protrude out to be in line with the non-conforming existing wall.
yes.
And what is happening there? That you have a 1.5 feet of deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that.
Thank you.
The problem is that we have to use the existing foundation and piers. The existing pier that you see, that this
Yeah.
post that is supporting the deck, that's
Yeah.
in line with the existing wall.
I see.
So I don't know if structurally we have a way that we could use that pier to support a post, to support the deck, but only have the decking go set back 1.5 feet also. It's kind of it's a technical structural problem that I don't know the solution right now.
Suppose you could just have a beam go across, but anyhow, that's neither.
Well, that's exactly what we have. We have a beam going across. So maybe we'll just let the beam go across over the post, but not build the decking all the way to that
I think
point.
Andrew's point is you have the deck, but you can't actually walk on the deck. So what you're going to get is birds.
Yeah.
That's right. Right. So I want to cut it back. I just haven't figured out really how to do that structure yet.
Or a small amount of roof, pitched roof.
All right, let's go back around to the front again.
And the other question while you're rotating it is just because I think we were a little confused when you say to lower it, what you mean is that currently the house is lifted up higher than it's going to be set back down on that foundation, correct?
Yes.
Right.
I just walked through the wall.
Um, Amazing.
I don't know where they come from. Sometimes, like these two guys I put in deliberately. The other one, I have no idea why. There he goes. There's also a cat.
Okay, so
walking.
you've raised the house up on something, you've built this foundation wall, you're gonna lower that house back down onto it, and you're gonna build this thing off to the right where that guy is standing on the steps gesticulating.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
Are there like plans and elevations for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to look at them now also? I
Yeah.
wanna
Yeah,
show you-
this is, these people are making me nuts. Yeah, yeah, I'd like to see them because ultimately they will have to
I also want to show you
sign off on the.
what the sample is of the siding.
Mhm.
It's going to be vinyl siding.
Will the siding be on the lower level or just the upper level?
I believe it's just going to be on the upper level. I'm saying that because I don't think it's going to work out too well putting it over the stucco. So if I'm right, we're just going to paint the stucco matching color.
Mhm.
So this is typical vinyl siding, and that's the color, type of color that we are thinking about using. A light gray, either with a bluish or greenish tint, but that kind of a treatment.
Mhm. Okay.
And the stucco, which is on that lower level, we'll probably end up painting it to match the color. To avoid that, all these houses have this problem where the foundation looks so different than the siding. And it's really exacerbated when the foundation is up 7 feet in the air. So this is going to be very vulnerable to that. If we can, we'll put the siding on. I don't think that works out too well, though.
Do you have drawings of the elevations?
Yeah. You want to see the floor plan, or that doesn't matter to you?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so here's the elevation of the front. Garage door stucco.
Mhm.
Here's the back.
Mhm.
Here you can see that little edge of the deck that is extending out beyond, and here's that column. We're going to change it if we can.
Mhm.
This is the south side facing towards Mamaroneck. Here's the side of the deck. Here's the side of the master bedroom. And here are the steps going up to the front. So I think we got all sides.
No, obviously there has to be a railing on the steps.
Yes, I just left the railings out, and the railings, we would like to use the cable rails.
Mhm.
And we can. The only problem is they are almost all available that the posts are in black.
They're almost all
And-
available what?
Almost all of these, the cable railing systems, the posts are almost all in black.
You can get them and you can paint them any color you want.
Yes, I'm hoping that we can get them without paying too much extra, in a gray color, so it's not a high contrasting color.
You can certainly get gray ones, no problem.
You see them?
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
so
You see them all the
that's-
time. You can get stainless steel, you can get great, I mean, you can paint them, you can paint them. You can't paint the cables, but you can paint column posts.
So that is where we're going.
So one question, the floor plan, the basement, whatever, the garage, what is the rest? Just open space? I'm curious.
Oh, on the floodplain? Yeah. Okay, so
the
that,
lower, yeah.
that is affected, that is determined by the FEMA regulations. It cannot be habitable space.
Yeah.
You cannot have utilities in there above, below. the
right.
flood level.
Right.
And which is, it's a peculiar thing, but that's is the nature of it. You can use
Yeah.
it for storage. That's why we have a door entering through the back on the lower level.
So,
You
so
put
where are the utilities?
Here you see, right here is the hot water heater. The hot water heater is either
Okay.
going to go here, or we may find a place for it in
I
the,
don't see where you're pointing.
you see the circle?
No.
Right in the
That's
middle.
in this closet,
Like
right in the middle.
foyer.
That's where
Right
it
at
is,
the entrance.
right next to the foyer is a closet.
Yeah. Oh, I see. This
Mhm.
little dotted line in the closet. That's
Right.
the hot water
Yeah.
heater.
That's where it is now.
Uh-huh.
And right
Yeah.
next to it is where the electrical panel is. So we can't
Mhm.
lower it. So we're gonna
Where's the furnace?
Yeah.
furnace, we haven't placed yet. We're gonna see when we put in the
Mhm.
heating, design the heating system. We can put the furnace, there is this space below the floor and above the floodplain where we could support the furnace on a frame.
Okay. Well, I think that's beyond our purview. I was just curious. I mean, obviously the building inspection department will care where you put that stuff, but,
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. And how do you access this level from the garage? You had to go outside?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just yesterday, we deleted the stair. We had a stair right here going from the garage up into the kitchen. And because the amount of floor area that is available is so limited, we decided to eliminate the stair. They'll go up through the front, as they had been all the time, and expand the master bedroom area.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Ultimately, do we have enough to go on to vote on whether we're approving this or not?
Yeah, it's sketchy. I mean, I appreciate.
Because there are a
that
lot
they're-
of things left undealt
they're-
with yet, right?
Yeah, they're trying to fast track it, of course.
I understand. Yeah.
So that's a good, I mean, that's that's the question is, it's a little sketchier than what we normally have.
What is it that you think is missing from what you understand of it?
Oh, just things like the railing, you're not sure if the siding is going to go down. You're not sure if the deck is going to extend. There's just a lot of stuff that has not been
Questions
worked out
with the
yet. because-
bedroom there.
Okay.
Yeah, but we appreciate you trying to fast track it. I mean,
Yes, so why don't we do this? Why don't we make a determination? The siding will not go down on that lower foundation wall. It'll be painted to match. And the railings will be cable railings.
well, I mean, even if you do all these things, we're going to be approving a drawing that isn't going to be showing those things. So, it's just a sort of it gets to be a kind of a little bit of a technical thing. And I think that's just, and that's what Cindy's asking. I mean, normally, we approve it and then, the building inspector goes and makes sure that that's what you build. In this case, that's not exactly the case because some of these things, aren't resolved. But I mean, I appreciate that they're not resolved. I appreciate trying to fast track it. So my own feeling, I don't know what everybody else feels, is this probably enough for me, but I don't know what do other people think, and then I'll ask Dennis what he thinks.
I'd love to hear from Dennis.
So oh, I'm sorry, I'm in video, okay. To me, I think there's enough, like, I think the gestalt of the house I get, and I don't see the railings as being, whether it was a composite railing or a cable railing, I don't really think that would change my opinion. They're sort of stuck with where the situation they have. And that thing in the back, the deck in the back, that little slice back there, no one's gonna see, except the one neighbor who may or may not have a house. Right, because that's facing the river.
Yes.
So I think, I mean, I sort of wish it had a little more aesthetic thing with the windows in the front, but I'm happy with it. I don't need any more.
And we have neighbors who may want to weigh in here. I think we should.
Yeah,
hear
we do.
from them.
There are definitely some neighbors wanting to weigh in.
Ready
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
neighbors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rich Ferguson.
Who is Brian, by the way?
He's a neighbor who does not have his hand raised right now. Well, I
I
guess
see.
he's a neighbor. He's in the audience.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry, I had
Hello.
little problems there.
No
Um,
problem.
I live on Urban Street, which is the opposite street behind Winfield.
Mm-hmm.
And I can fully appreciate the situation that these people have undergone because of the flooding of their house. So I am very sympathetic to their needs. My biggest concern is what you've been presented tonight is so, I don't want to say false, but is so skewed in terms of his presentation. I can't even believe that it's the same house I've been looking at for the last 17 years. Okay. First of all, the flooding happened Labor Day weekend. The raising of the building and the empty space underneath was started in the third week of September without any comments by neighbors. Okay. I don't know if that's required in Mamaroneck, but I'm pretty sure it's required in most other towns. That's my first complaint. My second complaint or concern is this house is now looming over the other two houses on either side of it. I found it very interesting that the presentation through the design software did not include any houses on either side of it. Okay. The two houses on either side of it have absolutely no privacy whatsoever. Okay. They're looming over this house by at least 10 to 12 feet over their houses on either side. The drawing here that we're looking at, which shows the new bedroom and the garage, okay, were never there before. This is an expansion of the width of the footprint of the house, okay? So again, I don't know what the code in Mamaroneck says in terms of how close you can come to a property line, but if I had to guess, I'd say these people are right on the property line by doing this expansion, okay? I just, it looms, it's totally out of character with the entire neighborhood. It would be the only house in the neighborhood that is 2 stories. And while I understand the need to raise it to alleviate flood concerns, if you would come to visit and see the neighborhood, you would just see how totally out of character this house will be, how much space it will take up. It is kitty corner to my house. The airflow that it will prevent coming through the river and through the backyards. I mean, the amount of problems raising this house, not to mention that they did it, in my estimation, without a permit, really raises some serious concerns about this whole plan. I mean, you guys really need to come and look at this house to understand what it's doing to the neighborhood.
Let me ask a couple questions of you, Richard.
Sure.
First of all, on the permit question, putting that aside for a minute, because that's obviously not architectural.
I didn't
review
think it
question.
was,
That's a
but I thought
building
I'd raise it
department question.
here because it
Can
was
I,
never
can I
raised
answer these?
before.
Can I address these?
Who's talking?
Richard,
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, can I speak to the board
Oh,
first? 'Cause
well, let me
I-
ask my
your
question first. Wait a minute, everybody, one at a time, okay?
All right.
Right now, I'm asking a couple of questions. The permit thing,
Fine.
they presumably had a permit, but that's a separate issue. That's not a.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, setback thing, that's a zoning thing. That could be checked. It obviously has to comply with zoning, putting that aside. Now, the height thing, I'm pretty sure this is within allowable height, but I'm just judging with the not fitting in the neighborhood issue, Richard, and that's that FEMA, you have to build that, you got to go up 7 feet. You got to get out of the floodplain. You got to have a floodway. So there is no way to build a 1-story house because the first story is not habitable. So they're building actually a 1-story house, just starting up 7 feet. I don't see any way around that. So I wonder what your thinking is on that.
So my concern was initially, well, a lot of concerns, obviously, but with regard to that, the posting of the permits and the notice of this meeting indicate raising the building 10 feet, which is what they've done. Okay, putting the original house on top of that, flood deterrent, okay, then indicated a 3rd floor was going to be put on. Okay, so now you're talking that house would be 25 feet over its neighbors' houses. So tonight, the information that they're not doing that 2nd floor, or in my instance, what I look at as a 3rd floor, does change that concern.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I fully understand that FEMA won't allow them to. But the other question is the 2 houses to the either side of them have had no work done whatsoever. One has been abandoned. Okay. And the other one, we have seen an occasional worker or owner there, but now we are 6 months, 7 months out from the flood. And those other 2 houses, I don't know what's going on with them. Okay, in all honesty, all 3 of them should have been torn down, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Well,
the point being is that if you're an architectural review board, okay, part of, as I understand it, having lived in a couple places, okay, a lot of times boards of your purview rule on what the house does to the neighborhood. Okay, and in this case, it totally is out of character with the neighborhood. I don't have a lack of sympathy for these people. I feel terrible for them. Okay, but I've been here for 17 years. I've been through 4 floods. I know exactly what it's like. Okay, I happen to be in a position that my house doesn't flood. Okay.
Yeah, but I just don't understand what you could possibly do that would alleviate your concern. I mean, other than say you can't build
personally, a house that stands out like, I don't know. I mean, these people.
Can I
have a
add something
problem.
here?
Can I
Go
just
ahead,
finish?
Richard. Let Richard talk now.
Okay, my
In the first
concern is that,
place,
my concern
can I
is, can I please finish and then you can comment?
You're both named Richard. That's the problem. Go ahead.
Okay?
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so my concern is for a lot of things. 1, it's out of character with the neighborhood. 2, it totally deprives both of their neighbors of any privacy. 3, it changes, again, airflow and everything else through the neighborhood, okay, which is wet enough as it is because it obviously borders the Mamaroneck River, okay? 4th, and maybe 5th, I've lost track now, okay? What it does to the value of houses in the neighborhood. I mean, my house is 50 yards away, backyard up 2 houses, okay? It's the last house on Urban Street, okay? What does it do to the value of my house? And that has to be a concern. Okay, there have been lots of other instances in Mamaroneck and adjoining towns where projects have been put on hold or stopped.
Okay, Rich, I'm going to cut you off.
That's fine. That's fine. I've made my point. I've made my point.
I think we've got your point. I'd like to. I think there might be another audience member who wants to talk, and let Richard, the architect. Let me see if there's another audience member who wants to talk. Get that out of the way first, then you can address it. then we'll talk and then let's move this along. Is there another audience member who wants to say something?
Yes. Okay, Brian.
Hello, folks. Am I audible?
You are.
Yes.
Excellent, guys. Listen, yeah, I'm obviously I live here in the Harbor Heights community as well. I'm familiar with this residence. I am completely sympathetic to the homeowners. But listen, you know, second to Richard Ferguson's comments, I mean, this house is completely uncharacteristic of a village, you know, residence, you know, for that matter. You know, at best, what we're hearing tonight is a theory of what, you know, Richard, I assume is the architect, is putting forward. You know, he put forward the Taj Mahal and we've got It's a Small World at Disney World, you know, so I just, you know, frankly, it needs to be thought out a bit further, you know, from my standpoint.
Okay. And I have some sympathy with that comment. Richard, do you want to address these homeowners' concerns? This is
Yeah.
Richard, the architect now.
I'd like to start from the beginning about this being out of character. It's almost the identical house that it exists now, just raised up and set back down on the foundation.
Yeah, well, I'm
And
5'8", you know, do you want me to be 10'8"? I mean, come on, like it's a little ridiculous. Let's be honest.
the answer to your question is the house is being
Let's have
raised.
one person talk at a time, please.
The house is being raised, the existing house is being raised. The increasing height was 6'8", not 10. It looks like 10 feet before it was lowered, but actually it's being increased by 6'8". It's all being added. And by the way, both houses on either side are also going to be raised. They will all also be increased in height. So it will be consistent with the neighbors and consistent with the neighborhood.
Are you contracted to hire to raise the other houses?
As far as
Richard, Rich, I'm going to ask you please to let Richard finish talking, then I'll give you another chance to talk. I don't want to turn this into a debate.
The footprint of this house is exactly the same as the original one. That's what was required in order to get the foundation permit. We had to stay within the confines, the setbacks. The foundation that was there before is the same foundation we have used now and raised it. The area that was a garage is now a garage. The area that was above it is the same. The only thing is the roof is different over that. So I don't know what anybody's talking about a Taj Mahal this being. I think it would be nice if we could create that for these people, but we couldn't even continue with the second floor, let alone creating a Taj Mahal.
Okay, well, let's again, I don't want this to turn into a debate here. You know,
Just so you know, the houses next door are going up. They are very close to each other. I don't know who built these originally, but there's very little space between them. That's the way they were built.
Okay. All right. I mean, let's let this go. I mean, I mean, theoretically, we can, you know, limit the discussions here from you guys to a minute. You know, we let you talk and have your say here. But let me just address a couple of these things. For one thing, if you want to build anything here, you've got to go up, you know, like 7 feet. There's FEMA regulations. There's nothing you can do. They are raising the house, you know, there's that issue. As to the other things, you know, the building department will ensure that it is not, the setbacks are okay and so forth. And then there's also the issue of, you know, you're allowed to build up to a certain height and, you know, they could probably go higher. You know, that in and of itself does not mean it's not in character with the neighborhood, that it's bigger. You're allowed to build bigger houses. Everybody can build as big a house as they're allowed on their lot. You know, what makes it not character is if it's of a different style and look and something that would detract. You know, if it was sited in such a way as to interfere with people, if it had, you know, a tower on it, things like that, you know. But the fact, I'm having a little trouble with the objection to it being raised to the FEMA requirement and then being basically the same house with just a little addition here to get, you know, an extra bedroom. Seems a bit pushing it to me personally. You know, that said, I am kind of sympathetic though to Brian's comment that this is not a wholly thought out presentation here. You know, and you know, given the way that this has been so fluid, it's a little hard for me to be confident that, you know, of exactly what's getting built here. I'd like to hear Dennis's take on this. Dennis is the assistant building inspector. If you wouldn't mind commenting. Maybe he would.
Here he comes.
I'm here. So there's a lot of questions that I have as well. You know, in flood zones, we have houses elevating, not lowering. So that's one. I have not seen these plans personally. They did go through the department and come to BAR. So not clear on the setbacks. I mean, this is a lovely rendering that we have. I really feel like the homeowner's there or you're there lecturing me in the driveway right now. Yeah, the takeaway is I don't think there's enough information. You know, I don't like the rear, as Andrew mentioned before, with the deck protruding, if it will be removed, if not, I have a lot of questions. So
can everyone hear Dennis?
Yes.
Not really.
Oh,
We
could hear
can't
him.
really hear you, Dennis. You're garbled. Or is it me?
I could hear him.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's some
okay.
noise.
I'm sorry.
let me get closer to the hopefully that's better. So yeah, I think you know, there's a void, and you know, tabling this for maybe next meeting.
Yeah.
I'll be in office on Monday. If Richard, the architect, would like to set an appointment, you know, maybe Tuesday, it'll give me time to review the plans. Or if you want to just do everything on Monday, just give a call to the building department and we can schedule up to kind of go through. Board, any questions that you have, you know, shoot them to me in an email and then we can look at them. The same as the residents that are asking questions as well. You know, my email's on the website, ddrogan@momney.org. And, you know, shoot me all the questions you'd like. And then, you know, if Richard and I sit down or even do a virtual, we can go through it all. You know, as for the FEMA information, you know, that documentation will have to come in once it goes through the board. But as of right now, for what I've seen and the questions that were asked, you know, the board has the chance to say it, but it doesn't satisfy me as being the building inspector. That's it. You know, there's nothing else to say. I think really spending the time together to go over everything would be the best part.
Yes, I think those are really good comments. I think if I could like maybe summarize this for Richard, the architect. I mean, I don't think we would have a problem with raising it to the FEMA required floodway and then having generally a one-story house with, you know, perhaps this small kind of bedroom added over the thing. I don't think anybody has a problem with any of that, you know, but what we're missing here is it's just so unresolved that we don't really know exactly what's happening. We don't know. I didn't see a survey with the setbacks on it. I don't know what the FAR is. I don't know what the height specifically is. It might be on there, honestly. You know, it just all feels like this is about what it's going to be, not this is precisely what it's going to be. And I think we kind of need to know a little bit more precisely what it's going to be, particularly, you know, if you hear like the neighbors' objections that they're feeling that maybe it looks large. So I think in that light, we'd like to know that this is the FEMA required minimum height. You know, those kind of things, you know, kind of, you know, so if get that cleared with Dennis, get plans that are, this is what we're going to build, not this is about what we're going to build with some things we still got to work out. And, you know, then I think we wouldn't have a problem. I don't think we have a problem with the general concept of massing a one-story house out and up the floodway. Anyway, that's my thought. Does anybody else on the board want to say anything?
Well, and I think having a proper rendering showing the stucco with the other finishes. And I just think when the neighbors see a proper rendering of what it really will look like when everything's been worked out, will also provide clarity.
Right, I'll just make a comment that I don't think, I understand this is a modeling system. I don't think it's required that this model have all the details, but elevations, proper elevations that have resolved all the issues with the railing, the deck in the back, and a plan with the setback, right? Because we don't have, every project doesn't have a full modeling like this, so.
Right.
But certainly elevations that.
Yeah, we can all read plans and elevations if they're drawn, you know.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so I guess what we are suggesting is to adjourn it and let Richard meet with Dennis and get this a little bit more fleshed out, and so that everybody can, us and the neighbors, everybody knows what exactly is going on, what's going to go in here.
The problem is that would mean we would have to come back for another review, another board meeting.
That is what it means, yes.
All right, so the problem with that is that's going to delay us in starting construction. I mean, so far.
That's
you know,
that's exactly what it means, yes.
Yeah, well, the problem is this, you're doing that. What is it that you're missing from the elevations? Well, that the deck is extending out. That's one thing. You know, the complete drawings were submitted to the building department and also for the BAR review, the survey and everything.
We didn't see them.
Well, we didn't see them.
We saw those other plans.
Yeah, we have the old.
We saw plans of something
first
that you're not
design.
building. And, you
Right.
know,
I see. Okay.
Yeah, we
So
have
when is
nothing.
this next meeting going to be in a month?
2 weeks.
they're twice a month.
2 weeks.
You have to get on the agenda by a certain time, but Barbara can help you with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks.
And actually, one more thing, if Richard's still listening, or did he disconnect? Excellent, still on. So, you know, after that meeting, once we meet and we have a conversation, you know, if you do have to go to zoning, you'd be going to zoning prior. You know, if there's any site work or site change, you know, I don't know the acreage on the property, you know, as Bill was saying, you know, what's the FAR? Is it conforming, non-conforming? All of those questions we'll talk about. So, but if you have to go to zoning, and you are working, you know, 50 feet away from the water?
Yes, we already went through the question about zoning, which is why we in fact set this back, because originally the second floor had to be set back. So it was the full 6 feet from the property line on the side yard. So that's why this dining room is set back 1.5 feet. It's for the same reason.
Well, the Harbor Coastal has to sign off too, right?
I don't know anything about that.
And well, we're within a certain, and I'm not up on them, Dennis would be, but within a certain distance from the river, there's other requirements start kicking in. You know, I don't.
I think we're.
I mean, as of right now, Richard, we just got to work on the renderings, you know, so we'll sit down and, you know, I'm going to give you my attention, which is, you know, there's a value to it. And at least we can talk through everything. So, get resolved in a quicker manner than, having it kick around question after question. So if the board wants to, have a list of questions prepared for me, Monday or Tuesday, that could be the trigger. And then Richard, you can call the office. And once, all the questions are in from the nearby residents and the board, then we can meet as well. So I think probably calendaring it for Tuesday, you give the main number to the building department a call. Tell them that you'd like to either schedule a Zoom with me or a in-person meeting. I'm fine either way.
Yeah, well, Dennis, I don't think we are, we can really kind of ask questions until we've actually seen the plans of what is supposed to be built. Other than we'd like to know that it conforms to FEMA regulations, FAR regulations, setback regulations, all those normal kinds of things that, usually have been checked off before they get to us. And, beyond that, some of the stuff it does get, gets to be more minor, but you want to make sure that the massing is allowed. I mean, it's sort of hard for us to approve on, the color of the siding if the massing is not permissible.
Yeah, so I have a question. The address of this house, is this the last house at the end of the block? Second to the last, third to the last? Which home is this?
Second to last.
Second to last. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So there was some conversation in the building department that I remember about that rear room. But if there's no renderings, you're not prepared for the board.
Right.
Bill's absolutely right. So yeah, let's just go through it. I can look at the rendering it's going to have, and if I have any questions or whatnot with you, I can guide you, and then you come back to the meeting again.
Yeah, the way this goes easy, Richard, is if you can say that it's, everybody signed off on it, that it conforms to zoning, that it conforms to FEMA regulation, that it conforms to whatever the regulations are with building near rivers, and that you're in fact building, the same kind of house, up by the minimum FEMA regulations. It gets pretty hard to dispute that. And then the other stuff is aesthetic details. So that makes it easy, but we need to know all that.
Well, you see, the thing is, we went through all that with the 2-story plans. As far as minimum FEMA regulations, we have to at least comply with the FEMA height, their base floor elevation, but we can go above it because actually the flood that occurred was 3.5 feet above the current base floor elevation.
Yeah, you can, but then bear in mind that you get into the thing which the neighbors are objecting to, is the massing going to be out of character with the neighborhood, da, 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 da. So, that's what we have to evaluate.
Okay, so I'm going to meet with Dennis Jogan on Monday or Tuesday, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, then. Thank you, everyone, for your working through this. And I think with that, we can adjourn the meeting if someone wants to so motion.
I motion.
I second.
Okay, and
I'm in agreement.
okay. Then I was just checking to make sure there wasn't somebody else wanting to say something here on the outside. Okay, thank you all, and I think we are adjourned. Barbara.